A little while ago, Idubbbz put out an apology video to apologize for past videos. And in that video, he also apologized to Tana by name.
I particularly want to apologize to Tana. Tana, I'm sorry. I should have never made that video. I harassed Tana in person and then harassed her online. And that's deplorable behavior. It's so stupid.
This was a huge deal because of what happened in 2017 between the two of them. I went through the timeline of what happened in my previous video about this situation, but just to summarize, Tana called Idubbbz out, which led to Idubbbz going to her meet and greet and basically harassing her and making a content cop video on her. This led to her being called out and losing tons of subscribers. After Idubbbz dropped the apology video, Tana did tweet that she saw the video, and they even tweeted a bit back and forth about possibly doing a canceled podcast episode together. Well, a new canceled podcast episode did drop, and although Idubbbz did not guest star, Tana still did respond to the situation. She started off by saying that seeing him apologize to her like that was a huge shock to her, and something that she never thought would ever happen. She said that she thought she would die before seeing Idubbbz apologize to her.
I click on one and it says Idubbbz has apologized to Tana Mongeau. I'm like checking the date. I'm like, is this April Fool's Day? Like what's going on? I sooner thought I would die before I would ever see anything like that.
She then goes on to say that she doesn't know how to feel about his apology to her. She says that she thinks she deserved what happened to her and doesn't feel she was owed an apology. She says a few times while talking about it that she does not think that she even deserves an apology from him.
Like, I just never expected that. And I don't know how I feel about it, because and I don't know how to say this. I'm not talking about anything in regards of the things he said, but I'm more so just talking about like his actions to me, like him showing up to my show, him kind of putting me on blast, him inevitably making me kind of canceled and lose subscribers and have to apologize and all that type of stuff. I kind of think I'd like deserved that, and maybe that's like dark like to say, but like I don't feel like I'm owed an apology. And maybe that's because I've accepted it so much. I've never like felt like I like deserved an apology for that. I was like, I feel like you had that coming, and like, you know what I mean? I was more like, I can't believe all of this is happening. But like, you were poking the bear. Like, I was the one who mentioned him first.
Tana also says that she has no regrets about the situation at all, because if none of this happened, she would be a completely different person. If Idubbbz hadn't called her out, then she would have continued to keep her brand very clean and brand safe, which is not how we see her now. She also says that if she hadn't gotten canceled and lost a bunch of subscribers like she did, then her getting canceled a lot and the canceled podcast would not be a thing. Her growth and career overall would not be the same.
That like people always ask me, like, if you could go back in time and like make that never happen, like would you? And I always say no. I think I would be a completely different person if I didn't have that. I think it like I was on track to just be so on my high horse and like egotistical and like nothing could go wrong, that something going wrong gave me such a dose of reality. Like, yeah, you need to be held accountable for actions. I don't know, like it made me do so much necessary growth, and I think it also changed the entire trajectory of my career and life. Like I don't even think canceled would be here if like I didn't get canceled a bunch and that was kind of the start of that to like shape that brand for me. Like it wasn't like I went into this being like I'm canceled, like I'm scandalous. Like if anything, I wanted to be brand safe to an extent. I feel like it really shaped the course of my life.
Tana ends things off by saying that her and Idubbbz are messaging each other currently, and there is a good chance that Idubbbz will come on to the podcast episode, so that way they can sit down and have a discussion about the whole situation and what happened. I am personally really interested in seeing how all this would play out with Idubbbz coming onto the podcast and just seeing what they talk about and hearing what their point of views are about everything that happened. I remember being a fan of Tana around that time and being so invested in everything. So personally, I think that this could be pretty interesting. But let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comments, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.